everyone, and welcome to this week's ScubaTube. And boy, do we have a show for you today. So let's just jump straight into this week's news. An 82-year-old deep-sea diver. So Mick Brown from The Telegraph asked Sylvia Earle one simple question. How much time have you spent underwater? At 82, Sylvia is the most distinguished female diver in the world. She led well over 100 marine expeditions, set world records for solo dives, and not to mention all the submersibles that she's been in. But what people have really sort of roughly worked out based on dive records is that she spent around an entire year underwater in her life so far. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm still in like weeks. But yeah, mate.
I'm in about 2 hours.
So that's 8,760 hours, give or take, which is pretty impressive.
That's all right.
8,000 hours.
I do better than that.
So she's still a down-to-earth person, and what made her go diving many years ago is still the reason today, to understand the ocean and to share her knowledge with other people. If you want to find out more about Sylvia Earle, why not check out our video that we dedicated to her. We don't mention links now, do we?
We don't.
No.
To Facebook. If you're on Facebook, I think it's actually on the channel. I think it's been uploaded to that. But if you can't find it, just head over to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right, so this is going to be a long, sad story. So Chester and Kina, the false killer whales. So this story is going to be in two parts. The first part, I would like to talk about Chester, and the second part is obviously going to be about Kina. So on Friday morning, it was confirmed that Chester, the false killer whale in Vancouver Aquarium, has passed away. Sad news. And now this is rather troublesome because he's the fifth
Cetacean.
I don't know why I can't say that word. I just look at it and it's just a jumbled mess.
It's not a phonetically correct.
Cetacean.
Yeah, cetacean.
Maybe anyway, maybe next time I'll just phonetically. Anyway, yeah, so it's the fifth cetacean to die at the aquarium within the last 15 months. So from June last year, 2 beluga whales died, 2 porpoises have died, and now a false whale has died. And it's the 6th or the 7th one to die in the span of 3 years as well.
It's not great.
No, it's not great. Because of the deaths of the belugas, a ban obviously has been placed to stop the aquarium to house any more cetaceans. The whales, I'm just going to say that, or dolphins technically, which obviously we've mentioned in previous scuba tubes as well. Now this is a good thing, and obviously this is also a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather see everyone live in their natural habitat rather than in a tank, unless, prison. But for some animals, living in the ocean means their lifespan would greatly be shortened. So having the option of living their life in a secure environment is a massive plus. But they need to be looked after properly. Please take note, Vancouver Aquarium. So yeah, it's a sad one because Chester, he was beached 3 years ago or something, 2014. The Vancouver, because there's two separate sides to the aquarium. So you've got the Mammal Rescue Centre, and then you've got the actual aquarium itself.
Yeah.
Now
that was in Finding Dory, wasn't it?
That was the LA. But I don't know. That was Sigourney
Weaver.
Just Sigourney Weaver. But yeah, so the rescue centre rescues obviously stranded or injured animals.
Yep.
Nurses them back to health,
and then
sends them on the way.
Them.
Yeah. So Chester was deemed unable to go back into the ocean, so that's when they put him into the aquarium. Yeah. So and then from that they actually got a lot of studies, because false whales apparently, especially at that young age, to see the development's quite a rare thing to find. So researchers and scientists were able to study his movements and how he worked, so which could lead to better care for other false whales that get captured, but also he wasn't in his natural habitat. So it's a really grey area. But this now leads me to talk about Kina. So again, we've mentioned the false whale plenty of times on the show. If you're not too familiar, I'm just going to kind of round up, so if you can pause the script. Basically, she was a part of the Hawaiian, I think it's the army she was a part of. So she was specifically designed, or not designed, but captured, sadly, and sold to that. And then she got sold to the university with 2 other dolphins, and then they couldn't keep the upkeep. Obviously, looking after mammals is very expensive. So then they sold the dolphins, just the dolphins, to Sea Life in Hawaii. But obviously, Sea Life in Hawaii didn't want the false whale, but they basically snuck her in, and then they got shipped to all together. They put the other dolphins in with their other dolphins for their shows and stuff. And unfortunately, Kina has been put on a backlot on a tank outside with no shelter, no shade, so she's got pierced, like her skin's all sunburnt and stuff like that. Basically, it's just not a nice situation. Anyway, there's been a petition circulating that has nearly 250,000 signatures for her release, obviously, of sea life in Hawaii. Where again she's still sat in a tank on her own. I believe they've brought her out to the public to show her to do tricks and stuff like they always do and those sorts of things. But at the moment, there's not much information on that, so I would still believe that she's probably still in a tank by herself, getting very little attention. But the petition is looking to move her to a retirement tank where she can live out the rest of her life with other false whales and dolphins. In an ideal world, I'd like the Van City Aquarium maybe to look at getting Kina. Obviously, it's still a tank, you know, it's still going into an aquarium, but it's not as bad as Sea Life where they sit around, do tricks. Watch this. I mean, they do that in Vancouver. Like when I was there literally last month, when I saw Chester, they were talking about his movements of natural underwater, that he wasn't necessarily doing tricks. He was doing, this is what they normally do in their normal life.
Yeah, keeps them active, keeps their brain working.
Whereas obviously in Sea Life, you have crowds of people like, let's do flaps, let it go through a hoop. Like it's not
natural.
Yeah, whereas obviously the aquarium in Vancouver, it isn't natural as well, but it's just to keep the dolphin or the killer whale, false whale, entertained, so it doesn't get bored. Yeah, again, it's such a grey area. Anyway, so I'd like to see the ban on Vancouver, the ban on cetaceans getting lifted, and then Kina moving over there as well, which would be nice, but that's not going to happen basically. It's a tricky one.
It's hard, yeah. It would be nice if they were housed together so that they at least have someone to talk to, as it were.
It's a tricky one. Hopefully the petition will get signed so so she can at least move to the retirement home, should we say, so she doesn't have to do tricks and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, much more comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about something a little lighter. Have you guys seen our latest video, The Future of Scuba Diving Part 2? In this video, I cherry pick what I would love to see in scuba diving, from thin, warm wetsuits, decompression magic pills, amongst, I don't know how it would work, but lots of other things that just... would be nice in scuba diving.
Don't get wet.
Yeah, we're not really focusing on like physics and biology and how stuff actually works. It would just be it'd be nice if this existed.
It's literally your dream list of. Basically, we're lazy, and if we can get away with not having to do this stuff, that's great.
To check it out, just go to our YouTube channel. A scuba gear world record is up next. So now we all like setting New Year's resolutions, and by the end of January we have broken them.
Yeah,
usually.
Right, yeah.
But this isn't the case for Lindsay Scott. She set herself a goal. That goal was to put on and take off a wetsuit in under 60 seconds.
I can do that. Upside down.
Where did that come from?
Don't know, like, I'm going to cure world hunger.
No.
I'm going to lose lots of weight.
No.
I'm going to be more active with my life.
No.
I'm going to take a wetsuit off in under 60 seconds.
That'll do. That's reachable goal. So how many times did it take Lindsay to break the world record?
Millions.
I hear you ask. Once on her first attempt.
Yeah.
And that was the record breaker. There already is an existing world record for this. So she managed to put on and take off a wetsuit in 43.13 seconds. She is, of course, over the moon that the record has been broken. But wait, that's not the end of it.
Is it not?
No, there's more to the story.
God, really? Oh.
So she's planning to get this record noticed by the Guinness World Record Company, so she can be published in their world famous book. That, of course, is going to take up a lot of time and paperwork. So well done, Lindsay, for breaking the record. We hope to see you in the world record book soon.
You're going to see me in it first. I'm going to wear a triple XL wetsuit. Just flop out of it.
I don't get... There's a record in everything, I understand that. But yeah, I'm just going to put on... And I can't believe it takes like 43 seconds to put on a...
I'm guessing it must be her size then.
There has to be some rule, guideline as to what suit. Because otherwise, it would just be like a shorty.
Yeah.
And then off.
Maybe it was lined with sandpaper.
Oh. 43 seconds.
She used the tears to lube it up just so it can. Anyway, that was a fantastic story.
Yeah.
Fantastic story. Divers free whale shark. So a video's gone viral of a group of divers freeing a whale shark, or whale shark should I say, that had been caught in a fishing net. The video shows the divers cutting into the net so the whale shark can obviously swim away. The footage is actually breathtaking considering normally it's like on a phone or something and it's like this. It's actually shot really nicely, and everyone should now take, hold on, can you scroll down? I think I missed it, there we go. Breathtaking. And everyone should take note on how messed up commercial fishing scene is, and how really they don't actually care about the welfare of the animals. They literally just put the net. I mean, these things are massive, and they were in a commercial fishing net.
Yep.
And they would have just been picked up. Oh look, they're dead. Chucked them back in.
Yeah, just cut it.
But luckily, these divers, freed them up. But a massive thank you to the divers who freed the whale sharks and spreading the word through the mainstream audience as well.
Yeah.
As I say, that's just due to the amazing footage. Because sometimes you look at the footage and it just looks absolutely pants.
Yeah.
Just doesn't look right. But this one actually looks nice. It's quite nice. You're like, oh, look at the whales trapped in a. No, I feel bad.
Yeah, it's wonderfully shot. Terrible subject. But they get them through.
But because of that, it went
More
viral.
awareness.
Yeah, more awareness. So it's a plus, I guess.
Yeah. So orcas versus great whites. So now when you think kings and queens of the ocean, you tend to think about great white sharks. That was until early this year when 5 great white shark carcasses were found. They had been attacked and killed by orcas.
Orcas.
So researchers are now looking into who really is the apex predator of the ocean. Aquaman.
Ride ain't over yet.
My man.
They've been looking into the case studies from 1997 to recent times, where orcas and great whites have actually butted heads. And so far, the research tends to side with the orcas. It's because they work in groups, man. Yeah. So when orcas creep into great white sharks' hunting ground, sadly the great whites either swim away or get eaten. It's just the law of nature. It's only when orcas get bored and move on that great whites' numbers increase again in that area. That was the story a couple of weeks ago I read, where there were like pearl fishermen or something, and they swim out. And normally they have to be like really careful and cagey because they're great white sharks. But they're like, it's fine because all these orcas are nearby, so all the great white sharks are just scared and swim away.
Laters, mate.
Yeah.
Ain't going nowhere near there.
So the studies are still in the early stages, so we can't wait for more into this story. It's just
Orcas, mate. Yeah. Ooh, there should be a film called Orca.
Orcanado.
Orcanado.
No, because it was in Frozen Planet, where you can clearly see their thinking. There was that seal on that iceberg.
There was a bubble.
Yeah, and they all kind of like poke up and they kind of look and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, there's a seal on that. I'm gonna have that, and they all kind of create this bow wave to knock it off. They're clever, mate.
Whereas that's why they're the apex. Sharks are like, all they want to do is eat girls in bikinis on the seafront and surfers.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Gospel truth.
Gospel truth.
So that's it for this week. We'll see you next week for Weird Wednesday. Thanks for watching, guys, and safe diving.
Just before we go, we have to mention the stocking filler. So we're going to release a video at 2 p.m. on Saturday, which features the lovely Mark and the even more wonderful Sarah from Girls That's Scuba.
She's a bit prettier.
Yeah. Oh, just a touch. Anyway, and you're far more knowledgeable than me. Anyway.
Steady.
Love you.
Careful now.
Anyway, yeah, so that's going to be our first video that we're going to drop on a Saturday, so it should be interesting. So check that out. And also, as well, if you haven't seen it, we've just released our Christmas, your Christmas gift guide as well, which is filmed in our shop. So if you're in Kent or in the Faversham area, come down, check us out. Go and bug Gary, the shop manager.
He loves it.
For Mark.
Yeah.
Call up Mark, and then if you want his autograph.
Ask him for a hug. Gary loves hugs.
Cool. Anyway, we should really end this video now.
Thanks for watching, guys. Safe diving.
Bye.